This is the all-new Revolt RV1 Plus. Now, Revolt has been one of the pioneers in making electric vehicles, and they were the first company to launch a motorcycle form of an EV, which was the RV400, and it sold on for quite a few years, been used as a last mile mobility option, also been used by delivery boys at Domino's and other outlets, and it has been a successful motorcycle. Now, this is their flagship product now, the RV1 Plus, and over the RV400 it does get a lot of upgrades, a bigger battery, better range, and I'm going to tell you everything about this motorcycle in this video. So let's get started. Firstly, let's talk about the design. Now, this is a commuter motorcycle and it does look like one, especially because of this round headlamp. It has LED lighting, it's got a DRL, and it has these forks. They might seem skinny for you, but for this size of a motorcycle, they're absolutely perfect. You get disc brakes at the front, alloy wheels, and you also get the combi brake system. Coming to the side, you have this huge panel which is colorful. It has some graphics going on and some cuts and creases, which gives it a sporty look. You have the Revolt logo right here, the Revolt branding here, and you have the RV1 Plus branding here. Now this whole, it kind of seems tacky, does not look a very premium place. It looks out of place. If they would have added a cover or some other aesthetic, would have looked better. You do have a crash guard here which will protect the motorcycle in case of a fall, but all these parts are fiber, so they should be easy to replace if they break. Coming to the handlebar, it's a traditional handlebar that you will see on a commuter motorcycle. On this side of the handlebar, you have the motor kill switch. Here you have the mode selector, you have 3 modes, and then you also have reverse, for which you have to hold the button while you're reversing, which is a little weird. This button right here on the RV400 used to get this to control the sound that the motorcycle would make from the speakers, but for now on this motorcycle it is kind of just there as a placeholder. But if there is an update and you can install a speaker, you will be able to use it to control the sound of the motorcycle. Coming to the left side, you have the headlamp controls here, the turn indicators, and the horn, which sounds like this. Also, let's take a look at the instrument console. This is how it looks when it is turned on. You get a nice animation. Here you have the speedometer. This is the motor temperature. Here you have the battery temperature and the SOC. You will also see the mode that you are in, and the same can be changed with this button. So you can go in city, you can go in eco, and it also denotes a number here, 1, 2, and 3. Here you have the odometer, and here you have the range, and this is the ambient temperature, and you also get a clock. So overall, a good amount of information. You also have telltale lights here, and these are the buttons to control this screen. So it's a negative LCD display, very clear, very legible in daylight, and you get all the necessary information. Now, one thing that you can notice is as you change the mode, the range also changes. So eco, it's showing 97, then in city it's showing 73, and sports it's showing 48. I'll talk about the range in a bit. Yes, that's all the information that you get on the screen. No turn-by-turn navigation and nothing fancy. Now, to charge the motorcycle, you have a charging port right here, which comes off like this. You can connect the charger here and then connect it to your wall plug as well. The battery is housed here, and it is a removable battery, 3.4 kilowatt hour. And once this opens, for some reason, this has the lock on this is stuck and we're not able to open it. But you can remove the battery completely and you can take it home, charge it, bring it back, and fix it into the motorcycle and get on the move. So if you don't have a charging port, or you live on the 2nd or 3rd floor, or there is no charging port at your house, you can carry the battery home and charge it. The seat is nice and long. You can seat two people very comfortably. Only thing is it's too thin in my opinion, but for a commuter motorcycle this is a decent sized seat. For the pillion you also have this grab handle to grab on and hold on to. You have the tail lights here, and you have all LED turn indicators for the front and the back as well. At the rear also you get a alloy wheel. It's a bigger, wider tire, so I think this is a first in a commuter segment. You also get a disc brake, and like I said, you also have the combi brake system. This in my opinion is a little flimsy. They should have installed something like a more hard plastic or something with a button operation, because like this might just fall off after some time, but it does protect the port from rain when it is on. Other than that, it looks very much like a normal commuter motorcycle. You have footrests at the right places. Let's check out the ergonomics. And the bike weighs 110 kgs, the ground clearance is 180 mm, seat height is 790, and as you can see, both my feet are comfortably on the ground. Also, it's a commuter style seating, not very aggressive, not very relaxed, but you do get a nice seating position. The handlebar is also not very wide, so maneuvering in traffic is going to be very easy. It's also light, so in parking you can also move it around very easily. You do not get a main stand, only a side stand, and once you engage the side stand, the motorcycle will turn itself off. And to put it in reverse, I have to hold this reverse button like I showed you earlier, and I have to open the throttle, and the bike will start moving backwards like so. So parking this motorcycle in tight spaces, getting it out of the parking spot is going to be very easy. No issues at all. It's very light, and the mirrors also, they provide a good overall visibility. Now let's talk about the performance of the motorcycle. It does get a 3.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, and the motor is a 2.8 kilowatt. It has 3 riding modes like I said before, and each mode there is a speed limit. In the eco mode it will go up to 35 kmph, in the city mode it will go up to 45 kmph, and in the sports mode the top speed is 70 kmph. Yes, you heard me right. It's limited to 70 kilometers per hour, but you'd hardly take this motorcycle on the highways. In the city those speeds are absolutely fine. Now the throttle response is something very inconsistent. Sometimes you open the throttle and you get a move on immediately. While making sharp turns, when you brake, right, the throttle input does not respond. So if I brake and I give the throttle, there is no response at all. The motor does not move. So once I release the brake, it takes like a half a second for the motorcycle to understand that the brakes are released, and then the throttle can be increased. So like, just to give you a demo, I'm applying the brakes and then opening the throttle. It takes a little while for the throttle to respond. Now if you just leave the motorcycle and give the throttle, it will move immediately. So like, the brake kind of cuts off the power almost immediately, and it takes like half a second for the motorcycle to realize that the brakes have been released, and now it has to, send power when the throttle is open. If I use the brakes and open the throttle, there's nothing happening to the motor. The power is completely cut off. So that results in inconsistencies in power delivery when you are continuously in traffic and you're braking. That's the only flaw that I found. Besides that, the fit and finish quality of the motorcycle is not very good, nor is it bad. It's like a mixed bag. You would find some parts are very nice and solidly built, but the switchgear quality itself could have been a little better considering the price of the motorcycle. In terms of overall performance, for an electric vehicle and a commuter style motorcycle, it is equivalent to what 110 125cc motorcycle would be, and you can compare it to those motorcycles out there. In terms of range, it's pretty accurate what you see on the display. You get how much it says on the display. That's the number of kilometers you're going to get, so you need not worry about the actual range that you're going to get out of the motorcycle. So it's pretty consistent, and that's a really good thing, that the range displayed is actually very accurate. This has a 3.4 kilowatt hour battery, and it has 3 different modes, and the range varies in depending on the mode that you're riding in. Now if you're riding only purely in the eco mode, you're going to get 160 kilometers of range. In the city mode, you will get 100 kilometers, and in the sports mode, you will get 80 kilometers of range. And this is the realistic range. What you see on the display is what you are going to get. Speaking about the ride quality on smooth surfaces on city roads should be very fine. You're going to like it because it is a little stiff. And if you go on bad surfaces like this road here or the road there, you're going to have a hard time because it is set up a little stiff. It could have been a little softer, plushier for the city riding dynamics, but on concrete paved roads, it's going to be no problem at all, and you will be able to just glide onto those roads. But I feel that this motorcycle will be used in the rural markets more, and the roads there are not very nice, and the consumers there might have a little bit of problem with the suspension. Besides that, it does not have any fancy features, no charging port for your mobile phones, or no turn-by-turn navigation, no Bluetooth connectivity. The price of the motorcycle is 1,09,000 ex-showroom, and it is, for this price, if you consider how much you're going to spend on electricity and the fuel efficiency, like the power efficiency that you're going to get, you're going to save a lot of money. Now, this ships with a charger. It takes about 3.5 hours for it to fully charge the motorcycle from 0 to 100, but you also get an optional fast charger, and when you use that, it will take only 1.5 hours to fully charge this motorcycle. So that was the Revolt RV1 Plus. Let us know what you think of this motorcycle. It is a good family motorcycle, good commuter motorcycle. So if you're going to use it for your office commutes, your shopping runs, your dropping your kids to the school, and usually you use it in the city, it is a very good motorcycle if you are getting into electric vehicles. The price is also decent. The range is also decent. Yes, the range is also decent. Within the eco mode, you get about 160, and in the sports mode, you're going to get 80. So if you're riding in mixed conditions, 100, 120 is what you can expect from this motorcycle, which is a decent range. And I feel if your daily running is about 20-25 kilometers, you would have to charge it once in 3 or 4 days, and you leave it for charging overnight, and you will have a fully charged battery in the morning. Let us know what do you think of the motorcycle. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Subscribe to Motoroids if you haven't already. Press that bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload our next video. This is Vipul signing off. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and ride safe.